So tonight I checked out the South Korean Shudder original, The Wrath, which is a remake of the 1986 Cry of a Woman. Now, I knew very little about this going in, but I will preface this by saying two things. Number one, I don't really care for Asian ghost films. Number two, I like pretty much every South Korean thing I've ever seen in my life. Put the two together, and which one's going to win out? And that was kind of the question I had when I sat down to watch this. And the answer is that unfortunately this side, the former there, won out. Here's the thing with these kinds of movies. It's a period piece, and almost every period piece I've ever seen in my life, the same thing happens. Amazingly made. Like the acting, the costume design, set design, cinematography, everything, the direction, it's all wonderful. So from a purely technical standpoint, it's freaking great. So I can't really knock this film for anything there. It's just my personal enjoyment. That's what it really comes down to. A film can be super well crafted, it can be super well made, it can tick all the boxes of like, yeah, this is an extremely competently made film. And I do think people who are into Asian ghost revenge tales and whatnot will probably really enjoy this movie. But I just found myself bored. And if I'm sitting there bored, I can't sit there and be like, well, it's a really well-made movie and everything's really great about it, so I'd be an asshole to say that I didn't care for it. But I didn't. That's just the reality of it. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just gotta sit there and go, I get it. I see the movie's great. It's super well made. I think that people who are into these kinds of movies would be super into it. So that makes it very difficult as somebody who reviews these kinds of things, because I'm sitting here and I'm telling you this, and people will be like, well, I guess I won't watch it. And it's like, well, yeah, but this might be that thing for you, because I'm going to tell you it is a good movie. I just personally didn't care for it. So there's this young girl, and she comes with her dad to this palace or something like that, a kingdom something, and she's being married off to a king. I don't know what these people are called during the 14th century in South Korea there. But it reminded me a little bit, the way the set designs and everything, because of the timepiece. It reminded me a lot of Netflix original series Kingdom, which I thought was just fantastic. The same kinds of outfits that their soldiers and what not wear. But yeah, so she's brought in there to, of course, get pregnant and bear the child of one of the princes. And she does, but then she has to live by the rules of this place, which of course are all god awful, and all the people in there are just god awful. There's only maybe like 10 people in the entire film, so if this is a palace, it's a very quiet one. I think that's more of a budget thing. It doesn't really matter. But of course, there's a vengeful spirit there that wants revenge and won't stop until she's killed everyone. The ghost stuff just didn't really work for me. The horror stuff just didn't really work for me. I thought that the atmosphere was building like a typical Asian ghost film. So, and people love those things. I know plenty of people who love those kinds of movies. So if you're one of those kinds of people, especially if you like period piece, or if you like South Korean, if you like ghost movies, if you could like all those things, you're going to watch this and be like, what's this guy talking about? But I have to be honest, obviously. And while it's a really well-made movie, I found myself bored. So yeah, I'll be curious on what you guys think. If you are fans of it, let me know. If you're more online with me, let me know. I'm curious. So yeah, let me know. Adios.